Boom, guys, welcome back to Furby's Kitchen. I'm Shane Furbay. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're checking out my stuffed rockfish video with the Maryland style crab meat. Right now, we're gonna be doing some of the accoutrement that I want to go along with that dish. Traditional style rice pilaf that we're gonna do with the chicken stock that I showed you how to make in one of my other videos. Now, we're not gonna do the Asian inspired one, just very simple chicken stock minus those Asian ingredients you'll see in that video. Anyways, let's go over to the rice pilaf and I'll show you how to assemble this basic dish that goes with any basic protein that you wanna cook, man. Great for the family. Check it out. All right, guys, very simple rice pilaf that I have here, but it's gonna be very flavorful, very good. Like I said, this goes with everything, man. We're doing it with our stuffed rockfish. Goes good with any other fish, any other type of chicken, pork, you name it, man. So first thing I'm gonna do a half a stick of butter. Half a stick of butter. This might seem a lot. I mean, you can use substitutes if you like. There is nothing that really caramelizes quite like butter when we talk about making this particular dish. Okay, we're gonna get this nice and melted down. All right, so guys, what I'm gonna add after my butter is pretty much already melted down, I wanna sweat the onions, okay? I don't want caramelized onions. This is 1/2 of a large onion. Okay, roughly about 1 cup of onions. Okay, I just did it in a small dice. Now, if you hear your onions sizzling, they're probably going too fast, okay? The one thing about sweating the onion, you want the onion to become translucent. I do not want brown onions. I want nice, clear onions that are gonna go really good with my rice pilaf, okay? Normally, you just wanna maintain your heat. Generally, it's gonna take about 10 minutes. The trick about rice pilaf, man, is we're not using bouillon packs, guys. We're doing our homemade chicken stock that's gonna be going in here. Much more flavor when you do everything from scratch, rather than and it's gonna be a lot less sodium. There's at least 1,200 milligrams of sodium in one of those packets of bouillon or anything like that. Sometimes I get the concentrated base as an additive, but generally, if you can stay fresh and make it in-house, why not, man? So, onions sweating down, smelling good. All right, guys, the onions, nice and sweat down. As you can see, they're gonna become nice and translucent. Like I said, we're not gonna caramelize the onions, we just want them brown. But now it's time to get that nutty flavor that the rice pilaf has, man. I'm just using a Jasmin rice. It is quarantine right now, so the one thing that you're missing right now, probably on the shelves, is pasta and rice. I'm lucky enough that I got hooked up with some Jasmin rice. 2 cups of rice, 3 cups of water for Jasmin rice. It's 1 to 1.5 times. Now, like I said, I want a really nutty flavor on this, so I'm gonna crank the heat now. What it's gonna do is gonna toast the rice and the outer part of the rice itself. It's gonna get a beautiful, nutty flavor to our rice pilaf. Guys, let it sit. As you can see, some of the rice is starting to toast up really, really nice. Still got a little bit more to go, but we're gonna get a nice little nutty flavor on this rice before we add our chicken stock. A little bit more of that dried thyme from Devo's garden. All right, guys, we've been on it. Like I said, I'm toasting it high right now. As you can see, the rice is getting nice little caramel notes, okay? And I can already smell it in the air. It smells a little nutty. It's beautiful. That butter's already starting to brown all the rice. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add my homemade chicken stock. This right here, like I said, is going to be 3 cups. Most of the time with Jasmin rice, you wanna make sure your rice is boiling already. Depends if you're using a long or a short grain rice. This particular rice, I'm gonna get to a boil really, really fast. So I'm gonna get to a boil, and then I'm gonna reduce that down to a simmer on my back burner, cover it, and we're gonna let it go for about 20 minutes until that rice is nice and tender. We have a nice little texture there. Last thing, thyme from Devo's garden. All right, guys, we are coming up to a rapid boil. I'm gonna go ahead, this is my power burner. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna turn on my back burner, nice little simmer. Turn that on about like low to medium, right in between. Just kind of gauge it, cover it. Back burner, we're gonna let it simmer, like I said, about like 15 minutes, checking it. Hey, one thing about rice, why people always mess it up, do not stir your rice while it's cooking, all right? Same thing about jambalaya, is the why it becomes because there's a crust or the way the rice, the starch is gonna rise to the top, and it's actually gonna help cook all the rice. If you stir your rice, get ready for crunchy rice or mushy rice. Leave it alone and only check it with a little, like a fork at the end. We'll fluff it to make sure it's perfect. Guys, I just checked the rice. I just went ahead and tasted it. It's still a little bit firm, but like I said, don't stir the rice at this point. We're just gonna let it continue to steam, reduce the heat if you have to. We got another like 2-3 minutes. All right, my rice pilaf just came off the stove. Perfect consistency here, nice and tender rice. Just test it with a fork. Like I said, don't stir it while you're cooking it, but there's a great accompaniment to go along with any protein. In my opinion, one of my personal favorites. It's gonna go great with our stuffed rockfish that we're serving tonight. Feel free to check out all our other videos and please subscribe. Cook Garden Life for life, all right? My name's Shane. Thanks again for coming in the Furby's Kitchen. We'll see you next time.